Today I fucked up by shitting the bed. What a wonderful morning it's been. I received my second dose of the Moderna COVID vaccine yesterday on the 4th. The first shot kicked me down a bit, but it wasn't too bad. My father got the same vaccine a week prior and said the second round kicked his ass. Coming from him, that was a bit substantial. He's got a mountainous mindset. Anyway, I head into work yesterday feeling surprisingly energized and motivated. This feeling stuck with me through the whole shift, and I was starting to believe I'd navigate around the side effects. Until around 7 p.m. last night. Started out just feeling a bit cold/hot simultaneously. Figured I might be developing a bit of a fever. I decided to lay down before making dinner just to relax a bit. This is the start of my descent into hell. Unfortunately, my fever decided to crank it up to 11 shortly after getting in bed. Within the hour, my whole body was shaking and shuddering from hot flashes and chills. Never in my life have I been so simultaneously hot and cold. I proceeded to spend the entirety of the evening writhing in agony as my joints slowly developed some considerable aches. Throughout the night I probably managed 45 minutes of sleep between rolling around trying to not freeze or sweat to death. By the time this morning rolled around, I was feeling a tad better. Certainly not enough to head into work today, but enough that I wasn't literally rolling around the bed trying to get comfortable. I took some Dayquil and drank a ton of water around 8 a.m. and slowly began turning my brain online. Then, tragedy. My fiancée had just finished a web interview and was hanging with me in the bedroom. She was just chillin', watching videos on her phone as I stared at the ceiling waiting for time to pass. Out of nowhere, I felt a weird hot bubble between my ass cheeks. I thought to myself, that's an odd sensation. The hot bubble expanded between my cheeks before abruptly exiting the confines of my buttocks and running down my legs. It was at this point I loudly exclaimed, I think I just shit the bed. Sure enough, I stand out of the bed and there is a hot stream of liquid ass rolling down my left leg. Cue a mix of baffled laughter and boiling anger. Surprisingly, I felt no shame in having shit the bed at 22 years of age. I was more appalled at the fact my ass leaked without my consent. It's important to note, I had no feelings in my stomach or bowels, no farts queued up, no feelings whatsoever. It was a sudden, unprompted flow of liquid ass. Thankfully, my fiancée is a saint and washed the sheets as I laid in the shower listening to an audiobook and thinking about my life decisions. She won't stop talking about how shitty of a morning I must have had. TL, doctor, I got a whirlwind of side effects from my second dose of the Moderna COVID vaccine. Writhed in agony all night and then shit the bed without trying to, or knowing it was happening. Fiancée is making shitty day jokes non-stop. I'm sorry this happened to you, but so funny how you described it, was like an epic battle from Middle-earth lol. You told this wonderfully, you had my laughing for real so many times. I shat myself during a drunken who can pee the highest contest. Aged 32. East brother. The second shot gets everyone down bad. Years ago my wife had some severe infection of some sort, and tried to make it to the toilet but was too weak to do so in time. I tried to help her, but the sudden smell of rotten liquid was so strong that I thought my hair would fall off and almost puked on her, so I had to run. She barely made it to the door. Damn, that's pretty shitty too. You picked right, it seems. Your fiancé sounds like a keeper, lol. I couldn't be more grateful for her reaction. He was red-faced with laughter at the absurdity as well. I'm sure there was a small part of her that was like, come on man, but much more found it amusing. Today I fucked up by blowing on my birthday candles before my family even started singing happy birthday. In short, it was my birthday yesterday, and at around 11 p.m. I was celebrating with my mom, my dad and a friend from next door. We were on dessert, and we were about to eat the cake. My mom told me to think of my 3 wishes and blow on the candle, which is what I did immediately after she told me to before they could sing happy birthday, and my dad was with the camera and everything. The video lasted 5 seconds of me blowing the candle, which led to them being disappointed and me asking what several times. At this point the mood was dead, and I was confused and really sad. My dad had lost interest in celebrating and my mom tried to bring the mood back, but it was to no avail. We tried laughing it off, but my dad's mood was basically dead, so we just ate the cake, some ice cream and went to bed. TLDR, blew on candle before family could sing happy birthday. Killed the entire mood. Update, had a talk with my mom and dad at lunch. In short, I got the good ending. My dad was just really confused because he was a really schematical type of person, so he usually plans ahead. But I am sometimes very literal, so when my mom told me to think of 3 wishes and blow on the candles, that is what I did. I still was very full with anguish over my fuck up and cried a bit, but they told me they were not mad, just severely confused. Now I'm not the type of person to be 100% literal all the time, and I have had this type of birthday parties before. I just forgot what had come next before blowing on the candles. We decided I should probably go to a bit of talking therapy and learn to read the situation and think before I act or say anything stupid, which has happened before. Before eating the cake once more, there was a bit left from yesterday. I asked if I could at least have a photo. I didn't want to know. The only memory of that time was a 5 seconds video of me blowing on the candles and being confused on what I did wrong. So we took the photo, and we are in good terms now. Thanks to that talk and take comments on this post, I don't feel as shit now. Thank you. TL, Dr. 2, I talked to my parents on lunch. We addressed the situation properly and decided for me to got to talking therapy. We took a photo for us to remember this nice time. Thanks to your comments and that talk with my parents, I don't feel as shit now. Thank you. This is not a fuck up, your parents are just dramatic. Just relight the candles TF. That what me and my friend said, but my dad said it had already been done and no redos. Dad needs to quit being a little bitch. I'm not even sure what the problem is, your dad just seems mean. Hey, I have a dad like that. He spent my entire 13th birthday moping about something or the other and brought down the entire mood. I understand how your dad's mood affected all of you. I'm sorry that was his reaction. But happy 15th birthday. I hope this year is good to you, yellow heart. Today I fucked up by thinking my hard of hearing girlfriend had an accent. Back in high school, I met a really cute girl named Jane. I remember seeing her and knowing immediately I had to get her on a date. Heck, from what I can recall, I remember approaching her with the likeness of Romeo. I was super smooth. But, the thing that attracted to me the most, was her accent. Long story short, we started dating and we were enjoying our time together very much. We had dinner dates, movies dates, went hiking and hung around at my house where she met my parents. I remember I loved talking to her cause I've never met a girl with such a unique accent before. One day she invites me over to her house to meet her family for dinner. Of course I accept the invitation and made my way over. When I first got there, her parents and brother greeted me with open arms. But I was super confused. None of them had an accent like Jane. But I didn't want to be rude, so I stayed quiet. During dinner, her parents asked me where I'm from. I told them I was born and raised in the area, and that my parents are from out of the country. Then I asked them the same question, and their response baffled me because they told me they were born and raised in just a few towns over, but their family has spent their entire lives in the same state. This confused me even more and just had to bring up the question. I asked, why is it that Jane has an accent but you guys don't? At first, Jane's parents looked at me with a mixture of disgust and confusion. Then Jane's brother started laughing. Jane's brother then tells me, wait, you thought this whole time Jane had an accent? You do know she's hard of hearing, right? It's not an accent. And that's when Jane's parents realized that I had no idea what was going on. Jane and her family then explained to me what it was like for many people who were hard of hearing, and I felt so embarrassed. Jane laughed about it and I apologized a million times. She said it was okay, and after dinner we watched a movie together. We're not together now, but we ended on good terms. Too long didn't read. I dated a girl who was hard of hearing, thought she had an accent. Found out, embarrassingly, that it wasn't an accent and was taught that some who are hard of hearing may come off as if they have an accent. It's called a deaf accent or something like that. Totally normal mistake. I think it's really cute you never realized she was hard of hearing. Must have been very nice for her to feel like she was just like everybody else. Green heart. Never knew that deaf people had an accent. Good to know. Look up Marley Matlin. There must be an interview or two on YouTube. This made me realize why everyone thinks I have an accent. I had tubes in my ears as a kid. Something went wrong cause I was swimming and water got into my ears the wrong way or something and I've forever fucked up my ears. I'm hard of hearing and was always told I had an accent. Never figured out what kind of accent as it didn't sound Mexican. Well, I guess now I figured it out. Upside down face, upside down face. I'm the same. I had tubes in my ears and went deaf in one side for a while. I have trouble pronouncing my R's because of this and a lot of times new people I meet think I have an accent. I mean, if she didn't tell you, and it doesn't seem like it was noticeable in other ways, I don't see how you could have guessed.